All right, everyone, we'll go ahead and get started with today's masterclass exclusive on tasks and reminders for McColly Real Estate. What we're going to be talking about really is how you can utilize the tasks and reminders functionality inside of SkySlope to never skip a beat in your real estate business. We're recording this session. I'll make sure that each of you have a copy of it once we're finished, but feel free to chat over any questions in that Zoom chat window. We'll cover those at the end of the session. So diving right in here to the SkySlope platform, I'll be working through a training account to show you the tasks and reminders. What we're going to start with is viewing the tasks and reminders section right here from the main page. Once we're inside of this section, we have two main areas. We have our tasks tab that will show us all of the different tasks that we have for either our property files, so our listings or transactions in SkySlope. We also have this other tasks section, which you can create task lists on anything, whether they're related to a property file or not. You also have in this section the ability to create your own custom task templates. And that's really where we'll start today, is creating our own custom task templates. What templates really allow us to do is create a list of the tasks that we go through on most of our files. Because oftentimes you're going through the same, let's say 20 motions on every file. Rather than recreate those tasks each time, we can create a template to reuse. So we'll start here by creating our own list. And we'll say that these are our sale tasks. Now, once I save that list, it appears under the My Templates section and opens up an initial task for me to create. Now, one thing I want to point out is the difference here between a task and a reminder. A task is really an action item that you would be completing for the file. So you'd mark that off the list like you completed the task. A reminder is more of an email that is sent out, just reminding you of something that's due. You can send it to another person. So you can have an email here. Let's say you need to send a reminder to your assistant, and that's for every file. You can populate their email here in the task template, and that sends out each time. So again, we'll start here with the tasks, and this is our sales tasks. So I'll add in some like change the listing status in the MLS. I can do this maybe on the acceptance date. So I can select here that it's on the acceptance date. Save that task and it just populates in the running list for me on the left-hand side. Now once that's saved, I can create a new task. Let's say I need to update my showing instructions. I can create that task as well here. It looks like my computer just froze a little bit. Well, give me 1 second, and then we will be able to keep moving forward. There we are. Okay, so create that second task here, and we'll do the update the showing instructions. And let's say I want to do that maybe 1 day after my acceptance date. I have the ability to set that here. So acceptance date is what I'm choosing. There's other options of what we can base tasks on. But we'll say 1 day after the acceptance date and save that task. We'll just do a couple additional here. Maybe, let's see, monitor inspection dates. We can do that one. Let's say we want to do this 5 days after the acceptance date. What's really great is we can also do tasks that are based on each other. So let's say I want to coordinate inspections if it's my buyer, and I can do that maybe after the other task is completed. So I want to do this after I've completed monitoring the inspection dates. So I can base those tasks on each other as well. Now you would go through this list and create each of your tasks that you would have. Again, 20, 30, however many tasks that there are, you can add into this task template. They can be a combination, of tasks and reminders. but that's creating your own custom task template. You can do that for listing tasks, sales tasks. You could even have different sales tasks, whether you're working with the buyer or the seller. Once we actually create these task templates, you do have the ability to share them as well. So share template here allows us to share maybe with our other team members if we're on a team. Maybe we're really great friends with an agent in the office and we want to share our task template with them. You can do that here as well. Anytime another person shares a task template with you, it just populates here in the shared templates section. So again, that is creating the actual task template. Let's talk about how you can add these task templates to your property files. So back here on the main page, I can come into my Manage Transaction section where I do have a few existing sale files. So we'll select that one here at the top, and then come right over to the Tasks tab. Now inside of this Tasks tab for the property file, I have a few options. I can add an individual task here, similar to what we were doing in the task template section. But what we can also do is import the template of tasks that we just created together. So here's my sales tasks. I would see all of my different templates, whether they're shared with me or not, in this option to import. But as soon as I import the file, import the template to the file, each of those tasks that we just added in the template, those populate here for me as my action items. Now remember, we selected dates such as one day after the acceptance date or after another task is completed. Those due dates will populate here in the center based on the dates that you've entered into the file, like the acceptance date and the closing date. As we move through these tasks and we start to complete them, we can just select the checkbox and they're removed from the list here. If you ever needed to see all of the tasks that you've completed, you can use this filter here to see anything that you have actually completed, and that just shows off here as crossed off. Now, one really great thing that you can also do is you can share this list of tasks. That doesn't share the full template, it just shares the list of these property file tasks with, again, maybe your assistant or another agent that you're working on this file for. Now back on the main page, let's come back here into tasks and reminders for a moment, because now that we've populated those tasks on a property file, they show here in that tasks section we were initially looking at. So right here we have our property file with the tasks that are listed. We can also mark them off here, create new tasks from this main section as well. So we don't have to go into each of our property files if we don't want to. Now another tool that you have available to you with these tasks is the ability to sync the tasks with your calendar. Right here at the bottom, we can sync with our iCalendar, Outlook, or Google Calendar. What will happen at that point is we'll be able to choose the correct calendar that we want to sync the tasks with. Maybe you have multiple emails set up or saved on your computer. You can choose which one these are for. And then those would populate so you can access them on your phone, on your personal calendar. So you can see these tasks everywhere that you're looking, not just here in SkySlope. So that's syncing the tasks with your calendar and viewing them here in the Tasks tab. The last thing that I really want to show you is the ability to set up notifications related to these tasks. If you select your name in the upper right-hand corner and head to the My Account section, you have a tab dedicated to notifications. Now these task email notifications are all related to the tasks and reminders feature that we've been talking about. If you maybe want to be emailed when someone else assigns you a task, you can enable that notification, which would just send an email to your personal email that you have set up with SkySlope. You can also be reminded if another user accepts a task that you have assigned them or if they decline it. But this one at the bottom is one that I would recommend setting up if you're using the tasks and reminders feature. It emails you a daily summary of any tasks that you have due that day or anything that you have overdue for all of your property files in one single email. That email just comes through to you and it says the property file for the task. It has the due date if anything is overdue, and you can log right into SkySlope from that email and start to complete the tasks for each of your files. So again, that's the tasks and reminders section within the My Account area to set up any notifications. Now, that's really the tasks and reminders feature in the system. One really great thing is in our support center, if we select this little icon with the headset, it takes you to our 24/7 support team. If you have any questions about the tasks and reminders, feel free to chat with them here. They have a 10-second guaranteed response time. But we can also scroll down and view the tutorial center for, let's say, being an agent, where there's task tutorials. We could also search here for tasks in this search bar at the top. And it shows us all of the different tutorials that we have on tasks. Let's say creating tasks and reminders. If you're curious about how to sync them to your calendar or create those templates that we did, each of these tutorials has step-by-step instructions with images showing you exactly where you click throughout the system to actually save these task templates and create them to reuse over and over. Now, we also have a feature suggestion section based on tasks that you can see here that you can add comments to. Our product team and our CEO, Tyler Smith, they monitor these feature suggestions personally. So if you have any great ideas, feel free to add those here. You can also upvote and downvote other individuals. But what we'll do now is we'll dive over into any questions that anyone has. If you don't have any questions, you are free to go. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. I did record this session, so I'll make sure to send it over to the McColly team, and they can disseminate it to their agents. Thank you so much, everyone.